And it's a real fucking production to get over there. I have to pick up Jack from school, run and get Mom from her school, run over and get Max from his preschool now. He's going to preschool. We got the dog in the back of the car this whole time. And then I run over here and I drop them off. I speed across town. I got fucking 20 minutes to get to Northeast Minneapolis. We fucking make it. I bring him in there. I realize immediately that me and this dog do not have the greatest relationship. He doesn't listen to me. And the lady comes out and she's like, okay, this is Bruno. Great. And they bring him back. And I'm just sitting there fucking around on my phone. She comes out 3 minutes later with the dog covered in sweat. It's like, you couldn't do any? She's like, we got 3 done. And I was like, oh, she gives me a printout of ways that we can calm the dog so we can clip his nails.
Jesus.
She's like, yeah, I mean, at the end there, we had 3 people trying to hold him, and he's trying to scrape the muzzle off, and he's pulling back. It's like, all right. So I pay him $20 and then go home defeated. Jenny's pissed off because she thought they were going to drug him.
Right.
And it's like, well, I told them that he tried to bite me the last couple times they tried to do this. But I thought at least a vet would be able to pull it off.
You think?
Well, I'm Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And
we doing Filmographies.
Hey, we're up on the 9th credit. No, we should say the 9th movie for Ray Liotta. The 9th full-length film for Ray Liotta.
Boy, these went fast.
Yeah, they've been quite the pleasure up until now.
Yeah.
1994's No Escape with Lance Henriksen, Ernie Hudson, Michael Lerner.
I would probably watch A Lonely Woman,
bro,
before I'd watch this again.
Bro, I fucking said this the other night. I said The Lonely Lady is a far more interesting movie than this.
Yeah.
I hated this movie with a passion.
Yes.
The Lonely Lady is stupid, but I kind of wanted to know what was going on with her. It wasn't criminally boring.
No, it's just inept, sort of, in its execution. But never was I like, I want to just, I mean, I was kind of like, I want to turn this off, but at the same time, it's almost like watching somebody get strangled, you know? It's like you just cannot look away.
It was hard to make it through, kind of, but I was also like, this isn't so bad.
Yeah.
That is not how I felt watching this movie. A soldier convicted for murdering his commanding officer is dumped and left to die on a prison island inhabited by 2 camps of convicts. I'm sorry, I went too fast.
No. Did we say the title of the movie?
No Escape.
1994.
Director, Martin Campbell.
Well, so this is based on a book called Penal Colony. The Penal Colony. The movie's 1 hour and 58 minutes long. In other countries, it's known as Escape from Absalom.
Yeah, the copy I have is a German Blu-ray where it has that title.
Because I guess that's the name of the island?
Yeah.
It's rated R for a considerable amount of strong violence and for some language.
It's got like 2 cool violent moments in the entire fucking thing.
It was filmed in New South Wales, Australia. Throughout the entire movie, you mentioned this, there's not one female character. There are only male characters. There were 400 extras that played the outsiders gang, and most of the extras were European backpackers from local backpacking hostels in and around Cairns, New Queensland. I think the movie's biggest fault, Ray Liotta only smiles 4 times in this movie. Right there. Why are you getting Liotta?
He does the crazy laugh thing one time, though.
Boy, he lights up when he smiles, though. Ernie Hudson took the role because he wanted to get as far away from civilization as he could following the making of the film The Crow and the death of Brandon Lee. The Crow also comes out in 1994. Far better movie. Ray Liotta agreed to take the lead because he had always wanted to do an action movie where he played a heroic character. The film is set in 2022.
The same year Ray Liotta dies.
Yep. So the budget for this movie, estimated $20 million.
It seemed like there was a bit of money behind it, although maybe they spent most of it on the beginning chunk and then on the extras.
The extras, the sets, probably wherever they were, getting the gear out there is probably where a lot of the expense went. $20 million budget, opening weekend, US and Canada, $4.5 million. Total worldwide gross, $15.3 million.
I'm wondering how much of an effect this had on Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is the first pile of shit he's done, but it's not just a pile of shit. It's really a cheap feeling piece of shit. It seems like it should be direct to video.
And I'm going to put this out there. I think this is the pitfall for a lot of movies that take place in these sort of fantastical worlds where there's huge practical sets and like post-apocalyptic shit, like Waterworld, The Postman. I honestly don't think any of the Mad Max movies, 1, 2, and Thunderdome and all that shit, I don't think really any of those are that great. They're better than some of the shit out there, but...
I just watched Mad Max 1 for the first time like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it quite a bit.
The stunts are insane.
Well, I was pretty sold on poor Mad Max and his situation.
His got Max in it, that's why.
And I was excited for him to destroy the bad guys. Mm-hmm. And he sure did.
They raped that guy, too, right, in the beginning? The guy and the gal on the side of the road. He's walking around with no pants on.
I guess I vaguely remember that, but
yeah.
I didn't know they
holding his
raped him.
butt, I think. Yeah, this was directed by Martin Campbell. Do you know him?
Well, he did like Casino Royale and GoldenEye. Did he...
The next year, he did GoldenEye. He also did The Mask of Zorro.
Zorro! The legend has returned!
And Vertical Limit.
Chris O'Donnell.
He did the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Richard Hurley wrote the novel, The Penal Colony. Apparently, it's the only book he wrote. Oddly enough, there was a video game based on this movie where they even... Ray Liotta's on the cover of the game. It's like the movie poster. So he made some money off of it somehow. And they kind of model the in-game character after Liotta a little bit in some of the cutscenes. But it's a hot mess. It's a side-scrolling game that basically follows the arc of the movie. You're in the beginning, you're in the jungle running around, and the guys are coming after you. And it just looks like garbage. There's video out there on YouTube if you want to watch it. But we got Lance Henriksen, who is leading the pack with 265 credits to this day. He plays the father. Ray Liotta plays Captain J.T. Robbins. Lance Henriksen has been in Dog Day Afternoon. I mean, everything. The Terminator, Aliens, Pumpkinhead, Brian Bosworth's Stone Cold, where Bosworth's mullet is a complete character unto itself. So we also have Stuart Wilson, who has 89 credits to his name. He plays Walter Merrick, or just Merrick. He's the bad guy. He was terrible. For one, he reminded me of Alan Rickman throughout the entire movie.
It's all alike. Well, this time John Wayne does not walk off into the sunset with Grace Kelly.
It's Gary Cooper, asshole.
He looks like a Klingon, 100%.
He does. He does.
He's the only interesting performance. I think he's not good, but he's funny, and he's got like a charming vibe to him. It does not fit with what is going on in this movie.
He's doing a whole different thing.
He's like doing a very glib, sassy guy.
Well, he's doing the Hans Gruber.
And then killing people.
He's doing the Ricardo Montalban. He's doing the and
dude, him in a flaming arrow to the mouth.
Yeah.
That's about the only two interesting things that happen.
His casting, it feels like Alan Rickman in Die Hard, where they were like, let's get a theater-ish kind of fomp and make him like an over-the-top character, and it just does not work. Some movies you might recognize him from is Lethal Weapon 3. He was also in the third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Apparently, he's uncredited in The Rock. He's also in The Mask of Zorro and Vertical Limit. Then we also have the ever-reliable Kevin Dillon, who's got 56 credits on his resume currently. He plays Casey, most notably known as Matt Dillon's brother, and also as one of the assholes from Entourage.
I do not like the way he looks. I don't like his acting.
He looks like a live-action version of Beavis and or Butthead.
Why was Kevin Dillon a thing?
He's disturbing. He's awful. This should have been Christian Slater.
Oh, I would have liked that a lot more, I guess.
Yeah, damn right. He was also in Platoon, The Doors, and the video game Scarface, The World Is Yours.
Why do people like him? Do people like him? Were they just like, sure?
It kind of feels like a Baldwin situation. Like, we certainly can't get Alec. Probably not Steven either. What's Bill doing?
At least they all had like a flavor, kind of.
That's true. This guy does too, but it's not a good flavor.
Alec was the good actor, Steven was the funny one, and Billy was the sexy one. They
Fucking
couldn't act
right?
very well.
Boy, he had some charisma to spare. We also have Kevin J. O'Connor, who, much like Matt Dillon, has been in 56 movies.
Kevin.
With the rotten teeth, which I feel like I've seen him do that before.
Well, so he's been in the original The Mummy. He was in the Van Helsing. He was in Peggy Sue Got Married.
Is he in Lord of Illusions?
Possibly. He's also in 11/22/63, which I enjoyed. The Hulu JFK James Franco.
Yeah, that was great. Who was he in that?
Some mysterious guy.
Man, that was the only thing where I've seen Josh Duhamel, and I was like, fuck, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Normally, I don't think he's used right at all.
He's really good in those North Dakota ads.
When people ask me about North Dakota, I just tell them this.
Yeah, he is.
You know? I want to go there.
But he was really good in 11/22/63, right?
Yeah.
I found him extremely handsome, but terrifying.
Yeah.
And he played a very good evil guy.
Yeah. We also have Ian McNeice, who's been in 142 movies. He played the character King. He was the doctor, the overweight doctor.
Oh.
Who was also
This germaphobe guy or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of these guys are British, and their credits, I never saw The Year of the Comet. I've heard of it. He's in that. I never saw The Englishman Went Up a Hill but Came Down a Mountain. He's in that. Never saw it. He's in Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. I did see that. Of course, Michael Lerner, 185 movies. He plays the warden. He's been in Kojak. Probably what really put him on the map was Harlem Nights and Barton Fink.
Look at me. A writer in the room, and I'm asking Lou what the goddamn story should be.
And then finally rounding it out, of course, is Ernie Hudson, who's been in 254 movies. He plays Hawkins. Of course, he's from Ghostbusters, The Crow, which is also from this year.
Can't rain all the time.
The underrated valet 80s comedy called Underground Aces, where he plays an African general.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, Melanie Griffith is in it. Face from A-Team TV show is in it. It's wacky. And then he's also most notably currently known for Car Shield commercials.
This is it. Your worst nightmare. Your car broke down.
Where you can buy Car Shield, which is an aftermarket insurance warranty.
I like Ernie Hudson. I haven't seen him in anything in a while. But then watching this, I said, why do I like Ernie Hudson? Because he was in The Crow and Ghostbusters? I mean, he just doesn't have much to work with in this fucking sack of shit.
Absolutely not. He actually went to a valet stand that I know some guys that worked at. Did not tip, apparently. Reportedly. I don't know. I wasn't there. So, yeah, the film is based on a novel, The Penal Colony. The game is based on the film, which is based on a novel, The Penal Colony. Boy, apparently dialogue from the film is featured at the beginning of the song Immune from Godsmack's 1998 self-titled album.
I saw that. Why? Another fun fact, I rented this to watch it a sleepover at my house.
Oh.
I think I've seen it twice before this.
This movie?
Yeah, I think I liked it in 1994.
Holy crap. Now,
I think I rented it at the grocery store, 5 movies, 5 days, $5.
Oh, sure.
And then I rented it again when people were sleeping over, thinking, hey, this is a good action movie for
Yeah.
12-year-olds.
Now, Ray Liotta's character suffers from PTSD. I thought he was flashbacking to the volcano wars of 2016.
I mean, were they having him murder innocent civilians?
Yeah.
That's his whole arc.
I blanked during that, where he finally divulges what happened. Apparently, he was a Marine and was ordered to lead a helicopter assault upon a village of women and children, and he was told to eliminate them all, which he did. And then after the raid, it was covered up, and he was given a medal. But he was sickened over the loss of innocent life that he was ordered to kill and cover up. So he killed his commanding officer. And at his court-martial, he tried to tell everybody about the village and the truth, but was ignored, found guilty, and imprisoned for the death of his commanding officer.
Actually, this is one of the other things that I liked about the movie, the opening credits, which were far too long.
Oh, God, yeah.
I thought that was like a drawing or a painting because the guards or whoever it was in that square were so still.
Yeah.
And only when people started marching through was like, oh, this is a real thing. And then he fucking shoots several times into the guy's head. That's great.
Yeah, and
I liked that a ton.
Going into this, I'm expecting The Running Man, The Fortress, what's that one movie called? Logan's Run. Some sort of, he's going to this futuristic jail, Demolition Man style.
Please explain why this movie is so bad.
And I'm like, oh, he's going to lead a rebellion. They're going to have laser guns. Maybe they're going to fight some robots or something like a chopping mall. No. He's immediately thrown into a cell with a Australian bloke. Does he show up? Is he the guy later on? The plant that they had in the wild army camp? He pulls off his mask and he reveals
the guy that's all fucked up?
Yeah.
That's him?
Did he get tortured or something?
I don't think so.
Because there seems to be a moment of recognition. And I'm like, well, the only other guy he met was that guy.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So as soon as they're like, welcome to the jail. And the
Were you
warden,
going to say welcome to the Rock?
yeah. and the warden's like, do you understand the rules? And he goes,
Don't ever turn your back on me again.
so then he shows up in his jail cell all beat up. I guess they beat him up because of that. They didn't show it. And
Well, no, because he tussled. He stole the stole something from him.
Did he?
Didn't he like make a move, an attack move or something? Or is that later?
That might be what I'm thinking of. So the guy, he goes, here's some food, eat it. No, don't eat it now. Because there's sensors in the walls that they can tell your mood and they'll know that you're eating. And then, of course, they come and grab that guy because he gave Ray Liotta food.
Hoarding food is a punishable offense.
Now, this is a private jail. So I'm assuming they make their money by saying to it's an international private jail. So I guess not the state, but the world.
The whole thing makes no sense.
This is how much it costs to house an inmate.
Not even 30 years in the future of when this movie is filmed.
No.
And it looks like Total Recall.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Shit goes sideways between Back to the Future and this, man.
What'd you think about the special effects, the design of that opening? Before we get to fucking boring medieval Ireland, what do you think about that stuff?
I mean, it's not great.
It was kind of cool.
But it's fine, I mean, it's no worse than Total Recall.
Man, why is this movie so soulless?
Which again is what I'm expecting.
Do you think if you sucked 30 minutes, 40 minutes, if this movie was an hour and 20 minutes, would it be better?
Yeah, but if we're going by strictly what it is, I think there just needs to be less time with the people in his village and more of a conflict between them and the other village. I was expecting at one point Merrick was going to be hip to their plan of escaping and was going to join forces with them.
Yeah, I was wondering when they were going to join forces to deal with the real enemy.
Yes, I assumed that was going to... No, it's not the case.
God, their outfits are all so dumb.
Yeah. It's silly because it very much is like the Middle Ages, but it's contemporary. So they're picking up garbage that washes up on shore, like a Pepsi can or a perfectly good conditioned baseball mitt. I don't know, man. So
there seems like there must be a way to make this much better.
Well, yeah, because
they didn't do it.
The beginning is strong enough. So, they bring the guy out and they're torturing him for food, right in a gladiator style arena. Everybody's watching. But Michael Lerner is like, Ray Liotta, you're going to zap him because you got the food and I want you to, kowtow to me. And he drops the baton. I ain't doing it. So Michael Lerner puts a pistol to the guy's brain and he's like, I'm going to kill him in 5 seconds if you do not pick that up. Gets to 5, Ray Liotta picks it up. What does he do? He grabs the warden, grabs his pistol and he puts it to the warden's head. And everybody's like, oh! And then he releases the warden and he drops the gun.
Why didn't he kill him? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that have been more interesting?
Yeah. Or start a revolt. And so they beat him up and throw him on a ship and a helicopter and drop him off on this island. So, which leads me to my first question. Why? I could understand if that was the jail and everybody was there, but it's not. It's just where they send people, not just trouble people, but people. For what reason? I don't understand.
What? They don't send regular people there. They're all criminals who have killed people.
I mean, they're criminals, but not like Ray Liotta tried to, he pulled the warden and he put a gun to his head. I get that, but some of those other people are just not.
Yeah.
Like Matt Dillon. Why would they...
Kevin Dillon.
Kevin
not
Dillon,
even
yeah.
Matt Dillon. Kevin Dillon.
Yeah. Why would they send him there?
Matt Dillon's not even that great.
No.
We get Kevin Dillon.
Mm-hmm. And, he's dropped off on the thing because it's not televised. And in fact, they're keeping it hush-hush because they don't want the world to find out that they're doing this. And immediately he's ambushed by the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
And they're stupid. And
some of them have sharp teeth.
They do. Apparently, Merrick is the only one on the island with a gun. And that's why he's in charge. But even then, when he loses it, he's still in charge. So he's like...
We like to make absolutely certain they meet the requisite physical demands. So, 5 minutes in the pool with Ralph, our director of aquatic activities.
I don't like this movie at all.
Mm.
But I had a chuckle when this pans out the way it does.
He does a Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Big guy is like, and he just throws a spear at him and
kills him.
Yeah.
Goes right in his heart.
But
falls
then
into the water.
Later on, when Kevin Dillon and him are in the pit and he's got the spear, I'm like, he's just going to throw it at Merrick. No, he doesn't do that.
No, Kevin Dillon throws himself onto the spear and dies.
Yeah. I like when he's like, you got to kill me, man.
I'm never getting out of here. You have a chance. You can save me.
And he's like, what? No. And then he jumps on the spear and kills himself, I guess. So, the guy's like, you're one of us now. And he goes, cool. But he throws the guy in the water, takes his gun, and runs away. And now they're chasing him. And he gets knocked out. No, he gets tranked, falls off of a huge waterfall, which they established right below him is just rocks. The body of water is further down. He falls 2 feet out and he lands in the water.
One of those magical falling angles.
Yeah.
That you fantasize about when you're a child and you're like, I can make that jump. I'm going to keep going as I fall.
Yeah.
No, you go down.
It's a cool effect. They track the stuntman, who's clearly not Ray Liotta, falling, 100 feet or whatever into the water. They cut before he hits the water, but it's cool. They don't show him wash up ashore. He's just on shore. And Ernie Hudson takes him back to the camp, and we establish that there's a good guy camp now. And
they have 98 versus how many of the bad guys?
Well, they said there's 400 extras, so I guess that.
I think they said it's like versus 400 or 600 bad guys.
There's different tribes within the bad guys, so they're not unified, which is, I think, the only thing stopping them from taking over the camp.
Then there's some of them are cannibals. All of them are cannibals.
The bad guys, I think all of them, to some extent.
I don't feel like that really comes up until the end.
Yeah.
It's mentioned in the synopses of the movie. They always mention like the bad guys are cannibals.
I think they mention we'll take over the camp and then we won't have to keep eating guys. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's fucking going on, right?
You think so? I mean, I imagine.
I'm sure it's like tender lovemaking in the good guys camp.
Yeah.
But like brutal gang raping in the bad guys camp. I mean, there's,
yeah,
you're not bound by the shackles of a cage or anything.
They do not touch on this at all. But yeah, no, for sure.
It's got to be.
How would you not?
I mean, it's got to be.
You're never going to see another woman again. You're here to die on this island. Mm-hmm. Every day could be your last day. It's a terrible place.
A Kevin Dillon, he's just ripe.
Hubba hubba.
With his fucking stupid face?
Yeah, he's just a puppy dog, man.
Yeah. Oh, he's young, though.
Because he immediately takes a shining to Ray. He's following him around. And Ray Liotta's no bullshit in this movie.
I hate this.
Why are you following me?
Holy shit, don't sneak up on me like that.
Why are you following me?
I wasn't. I was just, I heard you escaped from Marek. No one's ever done that before.
And we meet the father, Lance Henriksen, and...
What's your name?
Robbins.
I'm known as the father here.
The what?
The father.
Effectively, it's just now 50 minutes of just meandering.
Thank you so much. You're consolidating the next 50 minutes.
I couldn't even go into depth about what happens because it's just a
Nothing.
wash.
Wandering around, finding out about the camp. The other guys are a bit of a threat. They won't let us get off the island.
There's an old guy making moonshine. There's a young guy.
He's got one arm.
He does. There's a young guy and we're led to believe that his moonshine is what blows up the camp at the end.
I don't even know.
That's like a controlled detonation, man.
I was very confused about that. I thought maybe it was just that bomb. I was impressed by maybe they wired the place. They did not make it clear. None of us know what that bomb does, though.
No. So the bad guys do raid their camp at one point.
Are we at the end of the movie?
No, during Christmas. It's Christmas. They're playing around. Apparently, he's got a sack full of gumballs.
Is that what?
Hey, here's gumballs he throws into the crowd.
How'd they get a sack of gumballs?
I don't know, man. I don't know. And they're like, we're about to be raided. We have a guy in the bad guys camp.
Where are the animals? I don't think we ever saw any animals.
There's
on
rats.
This camp. Oh wait, I remember seeing pigs pissing.
Oh, that's right. They have pigs. I think they have chicken. But typically there's just rats.
There should be like wild animals in that forest.
Well, if they were able to domesticate pigs,
that is a big island.
It's enormous, yeah. Seems like fresh water.
And it's not like a rocky island. It's basically a paradise island.
Mm-hmm. And these idiots just choose to live in this dilapidated, I don't know what it is.
This is much better than jail, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is what like Swedish jail is like.
It seems...
They put you on a farm where you rehabilitate, but also contribute to the community to not lose that bond.
The evil camp seems horrible, but the father-run camp seems great.
Yeah,
seems like heaven on
books.
earth, other than the fact that there's no women.
Right. So they're being raided.
Maybe somebody should make wigs.
Well, that's another thing.
We could do a little cross-dressing.
Some of them have like Bushido-era wooden hats.
God damn it.
That I guess they fashioned themselves.
Dude, when you see them in their little outfits, I was just filled with rage.
Ray Liotta's sleeves aren't attached to the shirt, but they're like, there's loops that hold them on. Like, just sew the fucking sleeves on his shirt.
Oh, man, I hated the outfits so much. God damn it. I really, like, why would you make them look so stupid?
Yeah.
That's garbage. Garbage.
Here's another thing.
They could maybe look cool, but you're like, What if like a child designed these?
The trader guy, he calls dibs on Ray Liotta's boots. I didn't notice them at the time, but when we see him scuffling around at the end of the movie, he's got on like fabric shoes. So I'm like, maybe he traded the boots? Those can't be the boots he wore the whole time. Why would the guy want those? They look like garbage. So they raid the camp, but there's also guys already in the camp. There's a pretty epic fight. Merrick corners the father, stabs him, and Ray Liotta comes in. There's a trap door on the floor that he triggers when Merrick's standing on it, and he falls.
Down to Ray Liotta,
and they fight, tussle.
How did he not kill him?
He almost killed him, but he runs away. And he even runs out, and they all run out and retreat. Matt Dillon almost kills somebody, but doesn't, and almost gets killed.
Sure wish Matt Dillon was in this. Kevin Dillon.
Yeah, God. This just feels like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. You know?
But worse.
But terrible. Yeah.
So much worse.
Like a community play outfit.
Hey, see what kind of outfits you can make out of toilet paper rolls.
Uh-huh.
That's what the movie is.
Yeah. Let's tape magazines on our arms like we're fighting zombies. It's truly dreadful. This movie is truly...
I fucking hate it so much.
Truly dreadful.
It was so hard to watch.
It's like a perfect example of how to waste a very charismatic leading man, some relatively capable supporting characters. The premise is completely flushed down the toilet, and it just becomes shit.
Everybody just looks so stupid.
Yeah. When they get, after the raid, they get back to the camp, and Merrick kills all of the leaders of the independent factions.
He shakes out that bag of heads.
I'm in charge now.
Wasn't he already in charge?
He was.
And what is with his Klingon notches on his nose?
I don't know.
Who's piercing your nose on this dirty island? Where you've got all... And where did you get those piercings?
Yeah.
You came to the island with this? He is clearly modeled after a Klingon warrior.
Yeah.
And I don't even watch Star Trek, and I know he's modeled on a Klingon. He has the crazy fucking hair, that stupid nose.
Well, and that's what they did in Battlefield Earth.
He looks exactly like fucking John Travolta in Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, it's terrible. So now they're unified and they're going to go for the big take. It also is revealed that the good guys are building a stealth boat because the island is being monitored by sensors and satellites. They're always worried that the heat signatures are going to be big enough for other people's satellites to pick up, and then they'll come investigate and find out what they're doing, which is, I guess, against the law and not necessary. Is the jail not bad enough?
And And they keep cutting to the Michael Lerner and the people at like the headquarters monitoring the island. Yeah, it makes no sense. Why would you have this island? Because there's overcrowding at the jails? No, it must be like Michael Lerner's like perversion to put them on the island.
It must be, yeah. And so the boat seems successful, and then all of a sudden a gunship comes in and blows it up, fires a missile at them, they get out of there, and they're like, we got to have a mole. Nobody knew about this. Turns out the mole is King, the doctor, who was apparently planted there specifically by the warden.
He looks like he's like a British Eric Stone Street from Modern Family.
Yes. He also reminds me of the heavier set character from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, totally.
Which I thought this was. It's not. No.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know. He's probably dead. I don't even know. I mean, I recognize him maybe from one or two other things, but
7 foot, 8 foot, 9. Daylight.
Yeah. 7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot jump. I think is how it goes. You know Winona Ryder's in that movie?
Is she?
So they find out that King's the bad mole, and there's a big explosion. Michael Lerner's en route. He's like, we got to get over there and deal with this. Well,
you just went through. There was the big explosion. Is the big explosion?
No, is that what draws him there?
I mean, I would think so. That's when no.
It must be.
It's the one that registers on the satellites.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
so
fuck, we're
so the
found
father's
out.
dying. He wants Ray Liotta to take his place. Ray Liotta's like, I want to get off this fucking island. Well, take my journal when you get out there. I'm Lance Henriksen and expose what's happening here. I wrote everything down. I don't want to do that.
People have been on this island for years. Ernie Hudson's been there 13 years?
13 years, yeah. It's so the only thing I can think of is it's easier to just deposit 600 people on this island illegally, but still claim the revenue for having them in the jail?
No, I don't think monetarily it makes any sense. It has
It's a private jail, so he's making money off of the inmates. There's probably a little bit of that, sure.
But to transport them and all that?
You just drop them off there.
And to get yourself into, like, have more people know about your weird little island thing?
Well, that's the risk you take when you're frauding the government.
Man, it's got to be I'm horny to put these inmates on this island so they kill each other.
But he's not watching any of it. He's just seeing blips on a monitor. So it's not like he even knows what's going on or can like fap to it or anything.
Should we tweet? I was going to say he's jacking off to those beeps on the radar. Should we tweet Michael Lerner and ask him about this?
Yeah.
He's still alive, right?
I believe so.
Hold on. Let's
you know what? I don't think he is. Let's say he's not.
I can just check. I got computer right here. Is Michael Lerner still alive?
I can't even be bothered to actually text it.
Yeah, he was born in 41. They don't have his year of death. 1967 to present.
Okay.
Thanks, Wikipedia.
You're welcome.
Good actor.
Siri.
So, yes. So they're like, hey, the father, Merrick's going to just come over here. He's reunited the gangs.
The fucking gangs of New York. God damn it.
And which is what that's based off of.
Yeah. That's why they have the sharp-toothed guy in Gangs of New York.
We can't
biting off ears.
We can't fight them. And Ernie Hudson's like, I'll start making more crossbows, and and Ray Liotta's like, we just need to leave. It's just abandon the camp.
I'm just telling you the facts.
No, I think what he's saying is that we should just walk away from everything we've worked for the last 13 years. That's bullshit.
And then the leader's like, or the father, he's like, Ray Liotta's right. We need to leave. And when Merrick storms the gates, they in fact all left.
Yeah.
Except Ray Liotta.
He's
up on
like,
a really high tower.
He's looking around. He's like, ha, 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 this is crazy. They're all gone.
We got it. And then Ray Liotta's like, hey, you want it? I don't remember what he says.
Mary! You want it? Come and get it.
He presses a button on a remote and it explodes.
Well, no, he shoots that fucking rocket gun that he stole from the bad guy in the beginning of the movie.
That's right. What did
we
he
finally
shoot?
get to see what
He
that
shoot
thing...
a barrel or something?
Well, I mean, it looks like he's got a rocket launcher, but I think he just points it down there, shoots out, and blows up everything.
Yeah, because they mentioned using the moonshine in a moat inside, which I guess is what they did.
That's great. They should do that.
It is the biggest explosion.
Man, fuck, this movie could have been cool if you'd, like, expanded upon that stuff. Like, if they had the traps set up and, like, like the end of The Lost Boys or Fright Night when they're gearing up for the final battle and setting these traps, Home Alone even. Boy, I fucking love those movies. This does not do that.
No, and I actually thought, oh, well, okay, he's dead then. I guess cool, right?
Liotta?
No, Merrick. He's not dead.
No, but he obviously
he's in the
has to be.
epicenter of a enormous explosion.
The explosion, the rocket was shot at him.
It's an explosion of the century.
This is like 30 Days of Night, where Mark Boone Jr. blows up the dynamite underneath him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, shit, I'm okay.
I guess I'll just get my head stomped. And he's not dead. Not only is he not dead, he's unscathed.
Burns.
He climbs the tower, ambushes Ray Liotta and the father. There's a bit of a scuffle. Eventually, Merrick gets pushed over.
Fucking the father has Hodgkin's.
Oh, that's right.
Hodgkin's disease.
Yeah.
So he's quite weakened at all times. But he's able to pull strength together to fight Merrick.
Yeah.
Because Liotta's losing.
And they push him over the thing, and he falls into the moat, but he impales on a bamboo thing.
Yeah, it's pretty all right.
Yeah.
They, are not gory in this movie, but once in a while, they're like, hey, we cut off this head. Hey, I shot a flaming arrow into this guy's mouth.
Hey, I sexually assaulted Kevin Dillon.
What? I don't think that happened.
No. So he's dead now.
I mean, maybe when he's stumbling around confused in the jungle and Liotta sees him, he escaped the rape
That's
cave.
another thing. So they're like, hey, we got a V8 engine that we're going to put in the next boat, but I'm missing
a distributor
cap. Ray Liotta, he says, I know where to get one.
I saw one at the camp.
Which Callie says she saw too when he was there.
What?
I don't know. So he's like, don't worry about how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But if I do it, you're going to put me on that boat to get out of here. And the father's like, all right, whatever. So Kevin Dillon's like, hey, Ray Liotta, take me with you. And he goes, no, that's not a good idea.
Right. He's right.
And what does Kevin Dillon do?
He goes anyways.
Yep. So when Ray Liotta crashes into the thing, all of a sudden Kevin Dillon comes falling in. He's been hurt. And They throw him in the pit, and he's like, fight to the death, and maybe I won't kill you both. And that's when Kevin Dillon literally falls on the sword. And Ray Liotta is able to get out and get this distributor cap. He runs into Muckface, whoever that guy is, and gets back, and they got the motor going, and everything seems to be cherry. Merrick's dead now. Father's dying. He gives Ray Liotta his book, and before they can do anything, the new boat is blown up, and they can't get off the island now. But they find out the King's a traitor, so they use him to tell the warden new coordinates when he comes to the island to investigate the extremely awesome explosion.
Warden, we shouldn't go there. The other airplanes are 10 minutes away. The other choppers are 10 minutes away. Nope, we gotta get down there right now.
I gotta go right now.
Me and my army of 8 guys with guns. Let's land our chopper on the hostile island.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, by the way, Warden, don't land where you were gonna land. It's not safe.
Yeah, listen to this other guy. Go land there.
Yeah, there was a massive explosion, but I'm still on your side. Nothing's changed. The power dynamic is just as you left it. So he shows up, and they ambush the guys and jump on the helicopter and leave the Warden with the King in the jungle, and Ray Liotta just flies away.
But he also told Ernie Hudson that the father wanted him to run the island.
Yeah, you the man now, dog.
You're the man now, dog.
Yeah. Yes, you the man now, dog. I like that.
And it ends with the Warden and King shaking in their boots, cowering, cradling one another, while the crazy bad guy screams are happening from the jungle that spooked Ray Liotta at the beginning of the movie.
We've got to go.
Yeah, they're slowly getting closer to them. That's actually a pretty decent ending.
It is.
I like that it ended on them. Michael Lerner's going to get it.
Yes. You know, Ray Liotta isn't going to stomp him, but he going to get it.
Yeah. He's going to get it real good. They know who he is, I'm sure.
However many of those guys are left.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like most of them blew up.
Yeah.
But you got to do the Sean Connery voice for the...
You're the man. Oh, shit.
You're the man now, dog.
You're the man now, dog.
You ever see that movie?
I did.
That's a fucking Gus Van Sant movie.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I liked it when I saw it.
That's all I got, really, man. I mean, it's definitely the worst Ray Liotta movie.
Yeah, at least Arena Brains is short, right?
And somewhat interesting in its weirdness.
Rob Brown.
Oh. That's who's the man now, dog?
Yeah, he's in Coach Carter.
Oh.
We Own This City.
That's a TV show with John Bernthal.
Yeah. I watched one episode. I thought it was pretty good, and then Jenny's like, I don't want to watch that.
I've been meaning to.
He's also in Don John, bro.
My body, my pad, my ride, my family, my church, my boys, my girls, my porn.
You're the Don John now, bro.
Yeah, dude. Oh.
Yeah. This movie's, it's...
It is. This movie makes me slightly worried about what's coming for us later in Ray Liotta's filmography.
It kind of feels like this may have extinguished some of the heat on his career. I mean, it's a slow, steady incline to a breakout performance in Goodfellas, and I guarantee you he cashed in a little bit of them chips.
Bro, I mean, it's fine. The thing he wanted to do was act. He looked at it like a job, right? That was the idea?
Yeah.
Try out different roles.
Sure.
On paper, sure, do this. But yeah, I think it might fuck things up a little bit.
I mean, even Article 99, not a great movie.
No, I don't like that movie.
But they use him to full effect.
Yeah.
You know?
This movie sucks.
This
so hard.
Yeah, boy. I mean,
this is like a I was trying to figure out if I hate this more than Monument Avenue, and I really couldn't figure out.
Absolutely.
I really disliked Monument Avenue.
I know,
but I think it was shorter.
Yeah.
But both of them are like very boring with no surprises.
The thing about Monument Avenue is it's almost like short vignettes that's compiled into a larger piece.
But the vignettes are terrible.
I'm not saying they're good, but at least it's this, and now it's this, and now it's this, and then now the movie's over.
Yeah.
This, it's just like a really intense, really cool, strong opening that should have just been 80 plus more minutes of just insane sci-fi shit. It's not.
They should have cut the fuck out of this movie.
Where
was fucking Harvey Scissorhands with this one?
I mean, the script...
It's not a Miramax movie.
Must have clearly been what drew them to it, right?
Well, I mean, if they were trying to get Martin Campbell multiple times, I think people probably didn't really want to make this movie. I think the studios were like, oh, we got a good property here. And people were no, it's not.
Maybe it was already starting to... Well, no, because he goes from Goodfellas to Article 99, and that's an everyman kind of character. He's not a maniacal mob guy or anything. So it can't be that he was being typecast and wanted to do something like this, and this was the only thing he could do. I mean, yeah, this movie's... Man, a real dud.
Sucks ass. It's a real it's a real shitter. I think maybe the way they tried to give it flavor, I found was awful. Like when you would see the guys with the sharp teeth or the Maori tattoos on their face, the guys with like the little tanning goggles on, the horrible outfits and stuff. Maybe if we stripped down and like they were all straight up in like white rags.
Yes.
Like they had prison jumpsuits on that maybe are in different forms of disrepair.
Yeah, that
might have been a little bit better.
You can't have this far-flung Mad Max angle over here, and then you go back to the other camp, and it's just like
white linens.
Dudes in like a rehab center.
Oh, fuck! This movie sucks. Please tell me your score.
I'm just gonna shoot this one. I'm not even gonna justify it. I'm gonna give this movie a 2.
Yeah. It's really hard to watch. And it's 2 hours. Why is it 2 hours?
Feels like a number of things happen twice for no real reason.
I'm trying, I don't foresee us coming across movies much worse than this.
I would hope not.
So I would think like a 2 is probably a pretty good score.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to expect from Karina.
I think it's probably going to be fine.
But at least
it's going to be
an engaging, competent, feel-good-ish movie.
Yeah. It's probably going to surprise us like Dominic and Eugene.
Yeah, man, that's another one.
We might be really excited about Whoopi Goldberg's performance.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting vibes like Akilah the Bee from what I'm expecting. Just a real good crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
And maybe opens up your eyes a little bit about race relations. This does nothing
2
for no one.
2 for everybody involved. We'll give it a 2. What do you rate Ray?
4?
Yeah, 4. God damn, we're often on the same page. Yeah, 4.
There's nothing for him in this.
No, he doesn't suck. There's just nothing for him to do. He's not interesting.
He's the same character throughout the entire movie.
Like, I mean, he does the PTSD freakouts a few times. That's okay.
Yeah. But again, like I said, it's like the Volcano Wars of 2016.
Yeah, it's just flames and... Well, did you see that lady is... The shadow lady, the silhouette lady is holding a baby?
I did.
That's horrible.
I did.
Jesus Christ.
Like some comical, like Getty's image stock something, or I don't know. I tell you what, though. I am going to pee right now.
In the pants?
I'm about to.
On my couch?
I'm about to. So I'm going to go do that while you...
Yeah, so don't watch No Escape. If you're one of those people that saw it at one point and has put Amazon reviews online where you're like, this is a great action movie, you're wrong. You should watch it again. Go ahead and find us on Instagram at We Doing Filmographies, Facebook, We Doing Filmographies, Reddit, We Doing Filmographies, Twitter, Do Filmographies, Gmail, We Doing Filmographies at gmail.com. You know what? You could call us. I think that's what we're most excited about. Email is cool, but calling us at 763-634-1897. That'd be cool. 763-634-1897.
We Doing Filmographies is proud to be a part of the Now Playing Network. Find other great podcasts at nowplayingnetwork.net, like The Directors Club, where host Jim Laskowski and co-hosts dive deep into directors like Adam Egoyan and Hal Hartley. The Directors Club at nowplayingnetwork.net.